Yo, fam, what's the deal? What's good? What's going on, y'all? It's been a minute. How's everybody doing? You know what I'm saying? Chilling, living. You know what I'm saying? How's everybody doing? It's been a minute. I haven't been on here in a while, man. I just been, holding it down, man. Just doing my thing. Took a little break off. Streamer got to acting funny. You know what I'm saying? So how's everybody doing, fam? I'm just chilling, living. Um, I just been seeing a lot of stuff going on, man. Especially a lot of these psyops, right? A lot of the psyops playing out. A lot of people and their feelings and their emotions and reacting or acting to reacting to what's been propagated and put out on these social media norms and on these media outlets, especially CNN, Fox, etc. You know, and all basically the mass media is there to do is cause mass hysteria at this point. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of the bullshit I'm seeing that have been put out is a lot of propaganda. Um, Hold on real quick. Let me get my Let me try to tell a couple people I'm live real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm gonna play. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play some of this stuff real quick. You know what I mean? So we put this in everything in a proper perspective. You see what I'm saying? So all this stuff going on with ICE, it's not no surprise to us so-called black people. You know, we've been going through this type of stuff for a while, for a minute. As far as involving law enforcement and the so-called, I don't even like using that word, the police and basically, you know what I'm saying, the powers that be, right? The government's henchmen. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm just gonna put it all proper perspective and just break this down. We see the fake outrage and we see the double standards. Um, so let me go on and break this down from my perspective because I'm biased. I don't be biased. I really try not to. You know, I'm not biased at all, man. Because the thing is, um, what's going on? Lavidia, salute, 4,000, salute. I'm not a biased person, man. Because for the most part, if you really break it down, the government is against the people. Um, they only really thing, the thing that the government really trips on is foreign policy, right? The federal government. You got your state government, and they are involved in the state, what goes on in the states and the cities, right? But for the most part, the federal government is involved in the country. You see what I'm saying? But or quote unquote foreign policy. You don't really see the president and stuff like that focus on domestic policy. And the states is full of shit too because the states could do more right by the people with this domestic policy, but they don't. And a lot of times it's be like a tug of war back and forth between the states and the federal government. They're all playing us. It's one big play that they're pulling off. So I'm gonna go on and let's go on into this real quick. All right, let's get into this. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. All right, let me pull up Zach Hubbard real quick. Shout out to Zach Hubbard. Check him out. Salute. Well, let me play let me play the first video, the Renee Good. I haven't touched on this because I haven't been on, right? And then let me go. We'll go to the pretty guy, but then I want to play and talk a little bit about um, Keith Porter, right? The brother that got shot and killed in L.A., right, by the off-duty ICE officer. So let me see what's going on right here. Let's see the footage, right? This footage. All right, let me see. So let's see, because this is kind of old, and I already know how the news media be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all share this out, get the likes up. So let me see. Yeah, see, this is kind of old. I'm gonna try to see if I can still. I'm gonna have to get on Facebook because I know I shared it. All right. So fair use. Under the 1976 Copyright Act, allowance is made for me to report on this video for commentary and educational purposes. Fair use. All right. Reyes, salute. So I see that I got some new subscribers. And I got people in here that's all different races. You see what I'm saying? Um, and salute to y'all. You see what I'm saying? I'm not a biased dude, right? I do. However, you see what I'm saying? I am in favor of my people as far as this unjust and unbiased ways that the American or this corporation then instilled towards us, so or into us, excuse me. So what I want to do, and what I take, notice in my in this channel or on this channel is to make light of that. You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm the kind of dude. Um, when we talk about our plight and stuff like that happens to us, salute everybody. Then it's seen as complaining, and it's seen as bullshit, and it's seen as us crying. But when everybody else talks about their plight, or when something happens to other races, then it's called for justice, or it's called for immediate action, swift. So I mean, it's double standards. You see what I'm saying? So okay, so I found a video. So let me go on and share the screen real quick, without further ado. All right, so I'm gonna be as unbiased as I can be. You see what I'm saying? So let me see, how's this sharing right now. I don't know. StreamYard is different, man. I don't know why they switched all this. I don't know how this looks. This looks kind of weird right now. So I'm gonna have to. All right, I guess I don't know. So let me play this real quick, brother.
Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon until you watch this first.
Watch this.
Of our partners there at Fox 9 in Minneapolis. One of the top stories we've been following ever since it broke about 2 weeks ago now is this update to a report from the Hennepin County Medical Examiner, who is now listing Renee Good's death as a homicide. And so as we're continuing to follow this, according to Fox 9, they say that a homicide is defined as a person causing the death of another person. It does not inherently, though, mean that a crime was committed. And so all of this is now coming in the wake of the death of Renee Good. ICE has been speaking out in the
See, now it's all types of different loopholes and narratives and meanings, and and when it comes down to their narrative, like we all know what homicide means, right? So that's basically their way of saying, since that justified it as that, nobody's gonna get charged. Like, but knowing damn well if that's an American citizen that gets charged with that with another American citizen, or even if that's an American citizen that gets charged with that against a police officer or even an ICE officer, and they know dang well that American citizen is gonna it's gonna get locked up, and they're gonna throw away the key, right? Like, aren't y'all tired of this government? And then the government chooses other races to pick and choose and to go against black people, right? To go against my people, right? And to go against us for their stupid ass, dumb ass narrative. You see what I'm saying? Like, what's really good? What are we really talking about? Right? So let's keep this going right now. You know what I'm saying? Without further ado, this video right.
Afterwards of her death, including the officer who's accused of shooting and killing her. We do know that ICE said that the officer was defending himself. This claim, though, led to an intense debate with the Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey calling out this narrative. So that shooting did happen around 9:30 a.m. in Portland Avenue, 2.5 weeks ago at this point. Federal officials did say that ICE officers were conducting.
This is how they get us, right? This is how they play with. Oops. Sorry about that. This is how they play with the people. So it was on Portland Avenue that she got shot. Yes, I'm about to go in on that right now. So she got shot on Portland Avenue. But you know what's a crazy thing about it is somebody got shot. A couple got shot supposedly, right? Like 2 days or a day after that in Portland. So my thing is with this, I don't really like, my narrative is different because I know that the government plays with our minds and gives us narratives and shapes us narratives to play on our emotions, because they do and they have been doing stuff to us that hasn't been right for years, and they've been stripping and playing with our rights for years, especially black people, right? For years, right? And so-called, and I see how they do it to so-called other minorities too in other ways, low key, right? So that's another thing, and that's another thing that we have to see past, because I notice we don't see past that because we get caught up into it, right? With the narratives and the propaganda that is given to us. Like, don't you know these people have think tanks? These people have professional think tanks, right? These people have actual groups like the Federal Society and ALEC and you know what I'm saying, people like that, and entities that make up laws, right? A lot of some of these donors and lobbyists, they make up laws to give to these damn politicians, right? So they selling us out to the fullest extent, and we right here thinking and believing them and thinking that it's just, and thinking that we could trust them, right? But not trusting our fellow citizen that's in the same boat as us, right? We fighting for crumbs. They got you fighting for crumbs. They got you fighting for, you see what I'm saying? They got you fighting for shit that you actually should already be able to obtain and already have obtained as being an American citizen already, right? But at the same time, it's almost like your American citizenship is like, it's like it costs. You see what I'm saying? It's like it costs so much of your life, time, sweat, blood, and tears, right? Like these rights that you was already supposed to have. You see what I'm saying? In the so-called Constitution, it's almost like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a bargaining tool. And it don't matter what president's in there, but as a matter of fact, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with none of these presidents, man. But we know, Trump is in there because he's a drama queen, right? He's always been about drama. He's always been about clout ever since the Central Park 5 situation, and other situations. He's been basically butting into political and just a lot of media stories, especially like the Central Park 5, when he put that ad in the paper saying that they should seek the death penalty or should be given the death penalty, right? Mind you, we're talking about some kids. You see what I'm saying? But the funny thing about it is he didn't have the same energy for the January 6th people, right? Then I just heard the other day he was talking about interruptionists when it comes down to a certain type other party, right? Or other political entity. But at the same time, when it comes down to him and his January 6th flunkies, it's okay for them to do it. And he pardons them, right? After they get charged. So, I mean, it's just one thing about this shit. One thing about me, you're not going to get picking and choosing. You can get straight up down the middle commentary. I don't have time for this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to be taking those sides. There is no Democrat, Republican, especially when it comes down to so-called black people. That shit does not apply to us. We don't reap the benefits of none of that shit. We don't reap the benefits of none of these policies. None of these policies are written for so-called black people. And you know who really bears the brunt of that and really faulted that is our black so-called misleaders and our so-called black politicians. That's another story, and that's another video. You see what I'm saying? But you're going to get straight up down the middle commentary. So let me go back to this video real quick, all right?
A targeted operation when, quote, rioters blocked those officers, and then one of those, quote, rioters weaponized her vehicle, attempting to run over law enforcement officers. If
somebody was to really do that, and if the cops were to really shoot them, I guess by their standards, you could say that's unjust. I mean, that's justified. But from the video I seen, I didn't see that, right? I didn't see her going towards the officer, but at the same time, I know y'all probably not going to like what I say, but I didn't even really see no gunshot. I didn't see no muzzle flash. I didn't hear no gunshots. I didn't hear none of that. So I'm just thinking, I don't know. I'm the kind of dude, like, I got a different take on a lot of this stuff. It's not going to be emotional. But my thing is, I think this is a psyop. I think the petty thing is a psyop. I think a lot of these are psyop. Most of these are psyops. I think these mass shootings be psyop. We really got to pay attention and be mindful of what these people are giving us. They're giving us the information and the details that they want us to know, right? They're not giving us, they're making it to where you don't think critical because they're giving you all the details and information that they want you to know already, right? And you're already gonna make a decision and off of that, off what they give you. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna keep playing this, y'all. Get the likes up and share this out to your social media.
An attempt to kill them. Officials said that an ICE officer was fearing for his life and then fired.
See, they okay. So you know what that sounds? That sounds familiar. When she just said that the ICE officer said that he feared for his life. That sounds really familiar. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like the same thing that these white cops, or anytime, mainly white cops, but anytime a cop kills a so-called black person, that sounds like the same excuse. I fear for my life. But it's crazy because you got tactical gear on most of the time, right? Y'all be having tactical gear on. Y'all be having guns. Y'all be having all types of stuff. But then you fear for your life, right? How you fear for your life, but you got tactical gear on. You got handcuffs. You got what's that called? Not a stun gun, a taser. You got a gun, but you fear for your life. You got a walkie-talkie that's going to provide you as much backup as you need, right? But you fear for your life. And you have training, but you fear for your life. And a lot of times the person be unarmed. How you fear for your life when you're unarmed? Or how about when they shoot or kill somebody or shoot somebody in the back, and then when they're running? How is somebody an imminent threat when they're running, right? Just like the Pretty video I seen, which, I mean, I'm going to keep it real with you. I didn't see, and I don't be seeing no blood. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying it's supposed to be like Mortal Kombat or nothing like that. But I just don't, a lot of times it just, I don't know. But my thing is, if these are really, these people are really, really passed away, and they're really, like the narrative is, that is messed up, I think, in my opinion. But at the same time, we're going to have to keep that same energy when it comes out of black people getting killed. So that's fake as fuck, and it's fake outrage when it comes down to, we get killed, and y'all hit us with the stupid ass, dumbass excuses and narratives that the white media tells you to. Oh, he should have complied. Oh, he should have this and that. Oh man, he should have done that. Oh, he looks like a criminal. You should just get a job. Oh, it looks like the usual suspects. That's bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And us so-called black people or highly melanated people are tired of hearing that shit. I'm the kind of person, I ain't going for it no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't go for bullshit narratives. Money talks and bullshit walks, right? You see what I'm saying? So let's just keep the same energy, because when the same energy is not kept and it's not resonated, guess what? That's what you call fake outrage. All right. So let me keep playing this video. All right, let's keep going.
Defensive shots to save himself and his officers, which ultimately killed Renee.
See, okay, if one person is only in the path of the vehicle supposed to be, right, then how is the other cops any danger? But that's just the extra little stupid shit that the dramatic sounding shit that they say. But at the same time, if somebody really is going on, towards and trying to run a cop over, and if the cop shoots the person, whatever, you see what I'm saying? Okay, you say you call it justified, you call it justified. And especially if the person is going towards the cop a certain amount of miles an hour with intent to run over the cop, then that's a different story, right? But at the same time, I didn't look like that in the video to me, and plus it didn't look like the dude shot her. So I'm just thinking, is this a psyop? You know what I mean? Like, because I know there's a lot of crisis actors. They got a lot of psyops going on right now, and you notice how these stories are in Minnesota. I mean, I know that's where the ICE raids are at right now, but it's constantly like, it's interesting how her Pretty and Renee Good, right? It's interesting how both of them were 37 years old, and they both died in Minnesota, and they were both white. I think that's really interesting. I don't believe in coincidences at all. There's no such thing as coincidences, especially when you have shit like AI and all this fake technology, all this bullshit technology and internet bullshit that we got out now. There's no such thing as coincidences as far as I'm concerned. So let's go.
Good. And so we do know that Renee Good, as known as a 37-year-old woman who was there in the area, who was out and about as these ICE operations were going. This is some video footage we have there from the scene. And so witnesses did tell Fox 9 that a woman got into that red vehicle that you see, Renee Good, and there was one ICE agent on either side of that vehicle trying to get in. And a third ICE agent came to try to yank on the driver's side door. One of those agents on the driver's side door backed away and then opened fire, shooting 3 times through the driver's side window.
So they give you the number 3, right?
Yet another witness said that
and that's another thing too. And I be telling a lot of people, and I try to have a lot of people be mindful, but I'm about to go on what's the name real quick, because I'm about to, I'm about to excuse me. So you got to be mindful, right? You know, and that's another thing I see too. I peep and I notice too when they hit us with that number 3, right? You know what I'm saying? In these news stories, you know, for example, 3 suspects, 3 police, you see, and so on, so on, so on. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of noticed that. So excuse me, y'all. So that's what I noticed right there. You see what I'm saying? All right, so hold up, y'all, for just a second. All right, let's keep playing this bad boy.
Vehicle was not actually moving towards the agents. And so in the aftermath of this shooting, we've been watching as some protests have been breaking out, not only in the Minneapolis and St. Paul areas, but also across the country, with folks speaking out about some of these ICE operations that are happening in their local cities.
And see, that's another thing too. You got to look at it like this: when a gang of people start coming together, you know, from different states, that's automatically a red flag, and start protesting and stuff like that. That's automatically a red flag to me. A lot of times, no matter what instance, even if it's a so-called black person getting killed, no matter what race, instance, whatever, I don't care about none of that shit, right? That's a red flag to me a lot of times. You see what I'm saying? As far as being paid, you know, you got to look at it like this. If you guys want, look up crisisactor.com. There's actually agencies to where you could go and you could audition to be a crisis actor. And like, for example, in times like this. But at the same time, I'm not for immigrant like ICE deportation. I'm not against that. I'm not against deportation, right? But at the same time, I thought that these people had some kind of like, I thought they had like some kind of tracking thing or something. I thought they knew exactly where they were going. I thought they was getting certain people at certain times. Now I know that the media be blowing stuff up and be hitting us with crazy narratives, but at the same time, I thought they were more organized than this. Like, you see what I'm saying? You know. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
We've also heard from the president, as well as he's speaking on those ICE operations, saying that they will continue as he is still targeting, quote, illegal aliens here in the country. So we'll keep you updated, but this is the latest there from.
Excuse me. Oh man. So yeah, you know, these illegal immigrants, and my thing is every oops, sorry about that, y'all. Yo. Yeah, yeah, yo. Oh yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, like if that was us or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think it's double standards, man. When it's black people that get shot and killed, no outrage. And that's the media. The media, and guess what? The media knows that a lot of people think like that, and the media knows that people already have a lot of have a big hive mind. The new media knows that people are in a group think, right? In a group think mindset. They know that the media knows that people don't think for themselves. Does that make sense? All right, I'm gonna play this other. I'm gonna play like 3 other videos. I'm gonna play the Zach Hubbard. Zach Hubbard gonna break it down. Hold up. Why didn't I hold up? Let me get a what's the name real quick. Type in pretty. Shoot, my bad. All right. Let me see. All right, this is Trace. Where's my hold up? Where my banner at? What happened to my banner? Why I'm about to say why my shit went save, nigga. All right, word, cool. I'm gonna put the banner up. All right, hold up, man. Yeah, it's nasty. Nasty word, y'all. Crazy, crazy. Come on, man.
next.
All right, y'all.
CNN's Tom Foreman is here to walk us
All right,
through
show
what
you-
we're
show you-
hearing from federal officials, but also what the videos
Content.
show, including the new videos, because what they are saying and what the videos are showing are not always the same thing, Tom.
Yeah, very much. I want to start with the very first statement made by the Trump
I
administration.
was with the video. She's right, but you know that just goes to show how people have select outrage, and that just goes to show how people go by the narrative and instead of going by their own eyes. But see, I see what people do though. People go with their party, their political party, instead of going what's right and wrong, and that just goes to show that there's something wrong with the majority of people. Period. You see what I'm saying? Most people do not think for themselves. Most people want to be led by some kind of government entity. You see what I'm saying? What is what professionally what they say? Psychologically, human beings want to be on the winning team. So what does that mean? Right? Let's follow suit. Right? That makes sense? Let's go.
Administration in the aftermath
I don't
of
like
the
how you
shooting.
can't really
It was
see
a
the
tweet by the Department of Homeland Security
Right.
showing a firearm on what appears to be the seat of a car. And the tweet reads, an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun seen here. You see the picture behind it there. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement. Now we have this new angle of the video that's just been cleared by CNN, and it shows the lead up to this deadly altercation. This is what I want you to take a look at. Of course, this is disturbing video. Let's take some time to watch this together. Some things to note. As it begins, you see Pretty out there in the middle of the street. He shows up right in this area here. You start seeing him, and he is at one point using his camera. There he is, right there, and he's pointing to traffic, sort of waving traffic through. At some moment here, you see that law enforcement approaches him, and he backs away as they start moving up on him. He is not trying to move toward them. He's backing away. Then you're going to see one of these officers approach a woman near him and really forcefully shove her to the ground right there. And Pretty starts rushing over toward
Okay,
her.
so
Now,
I'm gonna keep
both
okay. Let's stop it right there, right?
At this point,
let's stop it right
he
there.
gets grabbed.
So my thing is, look, check this out. We like people be so weird, right? Like grown men be weird because it's like, for one, you know damn well you wouldn't be cool with somebody doing that. Oh, Dog Boss, oh man, salute, Dog Boss in the building. That's what's up. You like people know damn well that people would not be cool with somebody doing that to their mom, their sister, right? Pushing them down like that, right? It's scandalous, right? And see, my thing is, I'm not with any kind of so-called law enforcement. See, it's funny because they want you to look and notify them as law enforcement, right? And recognize them as law enforcement. But at the same time, when they bust your ass or do something to you, then they don't want you to hold them accountable like law enforcement. So if my thing is, if you are sworn in, right? You know what I'm saying? To uphold the law, then when you break the law, you should be held to a higher standard. You shouldn't be held to a higher standard because you're a motherfucking law enforcement agent or officer. See, that's bullshit right there. That's bullshit. We supposed to be scared of, like, you know what I mean? We supposed to be like scared of these motherfuckers. Like, we supposed to be looking at it like they are dads or something, like they gonna put belt to ass or something on us and shit. Like, that's not how it works. The police is supposed to be working for you. The police work for the municipalities, right? Police are supposed to be working for you. They're civil servants, right? You know what I'm saying? But then the whole thing is when it came out that they work for the municipalities and they actually don't serve you, right? It's crazy. You see what I'm saying? But that right there, pushing the lady down like that, I don't know why the screen. I don't know why. Let me see. I don't know why it's like this. Like, I like, you know what I'm saying? Like the other StreamYard, man, I don't know. Y'all features are weird. Like, I like how it was. Like, you can't barely see that. I can barely see, you know what I'm saying? And I'm right up on the damn computer. But yeah, that's not cool pushing down, you know what I'm saying, for any, like whatever. I mean, but I'm not the kind of dude at the same time. I don't know what happened right there. I don't know what was going on. If there was protesting or what it looked like from what they were saying, there was protesting. And I'm not going to go with that narrative. Oh, they were stopping an investigation. You can protest You know what I'm saying? That's your First Amendment right, right? And second, you shouldn't be pushing a woman down like that, right? Especially if she don't pose no threat. And three, but at the same time, I'm not the kind of dude. I'm not saying they were doing that. These two, him and the woman, were doing that. But I'm not going to stop no investigation either, though, by the police, ICE, anybody. I'm not doing all that. You see what I'm saying? I mean, okay, it looked like he kind of stepped in or whatever the case was, because they pushed down the woman. You know, that's men do that. You know, salute to him for that. But at the same time, sometimes you got to pick and choose your battles, man. But at the same time, he should not. Nobody deserved to die over no little domestic situation like that, though. I'm not desensitized. Like, oh man, no, I'm not doing that, because that's the white conservative narrative. So, you know what I mean? And in some cases, the white liberal narrative. I'm not doing that. I'm not going with a narrative. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that, because that narrative is the picking and choosing narrative. That's the avoid right and wrong. You see what I'm saying? And just go with our narrative. But at the same time, that's not really how it's like in America, this corporation, because guess what? Your black ass, or period, mainly men, you do something wrong and you're going to be held to the fullest extent of the law, and you're going to be held accountable, and your ass is going to go to jail. So that's bullshit, right? So come on, I'm going to keep it. I don't know. My take on stuff. Life is different. It's way different. You see, it makes sense? Hold up. Damn it. And I don't like how, I don't know. I'm going to have to find out. I don't know. Look into this.
And he's taken over to the ground here. I'll point out, this is about 15 seconds from when officers turned to him. He's now on the ground.
There we go.
They are on top of him. The officers are all around. He does not appear to have a weapon in his hand. He doesn't brandish anything. He doesn't seem to do anything.
You guys can't see the screen.
And then all of a sudden you see one agent in the middle there. Look, he turns away, and that's when the shooting begins. One shot followed by, in our analysis, 9 other shots there. We heard from Border Patrol Chief Greg Bovino. He brandished a weapon in all of this. This was his answer.
Ali, this situation again is evolving. This situation is under investigation. Those facts will come to light.
This is important because an important detail, because concealed carry is legal. We know from local officials Pretty had a permit to carry a weapon, and law enforcement.
You notice how everybody backed that up when it's a white man with a gun? It's a totally different narrative when it's a black man with a gun. Am I wrong or right? And guess what? Didn't Philando Castillo, he died while he had a permit concealed carry in the back of his car in front of his baby, right? And he told the officer he had a gun, right? And guess what? I didn't see white people outraged over that. I didn't see, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see the same energy. So that, I mean, honestly, that's y'all fault. That's on y'all. Little demons or whatever, skeletons, whatever y'all hide in y'all cloud, whatever the fuck y'all got, that's on y'all. You know what I'm saying? The European race or whatever, the status, right? So-called, quote unquote, that's on y'all. You see what I'm saying? That's on y'all, because for one, y'all go with these dumbass, stupid ass narratives that the media gives out. Y'all don't think for yourselves, a lot of y'all. Let's just keep it real. So, you guys basically perpetuate the racism. And a lot of times y'all do that by not saying anything and being silent. Being silent is just, you're just as guilty as the racist. All right, so I'm going to finish playing this video, and I'm going to play Zach Hubbard. I'm going to play another video. I'm going to get out of here.
Enforcement analysts here on CNN have raised questions as to why the picture of this gun that DHS shared online was shown on the seat of a car and not in the scene where Pretty was shot. And we now have an...
See, this is a psyop right here. Did he really get killed? Who does that? Whose car is that? And why would an officer take somebody's concealed carry? Or they're not officers. Why are they officers? Let's call them agents. Why would an ICE agent do that? Right? And why would you see that? So now you're messing with tampering with the evidence, right? But they're calling it justified. But how it's justified, but you fucking tampering with the evidence. How is that justified? All right. And the thing is, I mean, I just don't see the same. It's not the same energy when it's a black person, right? So just like Keith Porter in California, see, white people did not have the same energy. other races, whoever else besides black people didn't have the same energy, either, because Keith Porter supposedly had an AK-47, you see what I'm saying, which was his state issued AK-47 that he supposedly had, right? So he supposedly had a firearm too, quote unquote. So what's the difference between, I guess what you could say the only difference between Keith Porter having a firearm and this man firearm was Keith Porter's wasn't concealed. Okay, that's the only difference. So you see how the media covers these stories completely different. I'm gonna play the Keith Porter story after this, right? You're gonna see how the media, and you're gonna see the double standard in the media and how the media covers these stories way different, right? So mind you, Keith Porter had a gun too, supposedly, right? But Keith Porter was shot. Nobody marching. Well, there was a little bit of backlash after. Nobody marching. Nobody really saying nothing about it. Oh well, close, open and shut case, right?
An answer. CNN analysis shows, if you watch all those videos carefully, you see a federal agent.
That's why I don't mess with people. That's why I don't really talk politics with people, like, other than around here, and like people real close to people I know, because people are full of shit. And I'm a so-called black person, so I have a different outlook on politics, and I have different worldviews, and because I've been through different things, versus a lot of other people. I got the trolls in this motherfucker too. Y'all crazy. Yeah, we don't do no Charlie Kirk over here though. Let's go.
Right there, who appears to be removing a gun. This is very critical to remember. That piece of video you're seeing right.
Why is like 5-10 people on this one man? So, and then as too, a lot of this stuff be psyops. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff be staged events. To get us riled up, to get us mad. And I'm not saying nobody really got shot, right, or killed. But the thing is, a lot of these events are staged, whether somebody didn't get killed or not, whether him and Renee got killed or not, whether, hey, I'm even going to limb, whether even Keith Porter even got killed or not, right? A lot of these events are staged and they psyops, man. We cannot get into our emotions like that. We have to think clear. You see what I'm saying? And we got to stop picking and choosing which matters more. Just because the person was black, or whatever. Oh, if it's a Mexican person, and I'm Mexican, it matters more. If it's a white person, like, I know y'all other races been on that type of stuff because y'all been conditioned by this white racist government, and y'all conditioned from everywhere, from street politics, from working and everywhere, everyday economic politics. Y'all that's just how y'all are. From y'all countries to where your homelands, y'all don't like black people. That's on y'all. It's funny because we indignated and we're indigenous in most of those countries that y'all come from. It's really funny and shit how y'all think like that. But see, I get it though. People are really miseducated, misguided, and ignorant, right? So let's go. I'm gonna finish this. I'm not gonna play this whole video, but I'm gonna finish up, and I'm gonna play the Keith Porter video. No, wait. Play the Zach Hubbard video.
Right there
in the Keith Porter
is
video.
Happening about a second, or maybe slightly less than a second, before the shooting begins. Now, it is just video. We have to look at it. There will be a lot of questions here, but that's the reason people say you have to have a truly impartial and fair investigation here, because if he...
How come y'all, when it comes down to black people, y'all say that shit, but when it comes down to, white people, y'all say that, but when it comes down to black people, y'all don't, whoever this guy, expert, CNN analyst, wherever the fuck he is, of course, and then I'm not even gonna say race in this case. With any American citizen getting killed by any kind of so-called quote unquote law enforcement, of course, you have to have fair and impartial people to look at this shit. Of course. But guess what? Us so-called black people have been saying this for years. In our case, you don't 90-something% of the time. So what are we really talking about here? Why is they gaslight us and they hit us with the, telling us this shit like this is not rooted in American history, like as if American history hasn't always been bloody and deadly and always against the American people. None of these politicians, especially these conservatives that I'm seeing, and especially these liberals too, and Democrats, right? Putting people over American citizens and sending all this money. Both are bipartisan. Both of them are down with sending millions and trillions of dollars to Israel and Ukraine. How is that helping the American people? How is that pro-American, right?
He removed the gun before all this shooting broke out. Then why is this man now dead? It's really quite a remarkable series of events all coming together here, but almost all of them, Aaron, contradict the story that came out of the Trump administration early on today.
And let's go now to our senior law enforcement analyst, Andrew McCabe, also the former deputy director of the FBI. So, Director McCabe, what do you see in all of this so far from the information that we have, from the video you've watched, from the responses we've gotten from DHS and from Mr. Bovino?
You've been in a car accident? Sit down, take a breath, and for the love of your bank account, don't call your insurance yet.
Well, I mean, obviously, Aaron, at the core of it, you have an unbelievable tragedy where it appears that a potentially unarmed person was essentially assassinated by horrible law enforcement tactics that dramatically escalated the situation. But you know, there are so many questions here at the absolute core of lethal force training in the FBI Academy, in the academy at Glencoe, Georgia, where DHS agents, ICE agents, Border Patrol folks go through. You are taught from the very beginning that if you use your weapon, you have to be able to, after the fact, articulate exactly why you perceived an imminent
and not even like regular so-called cops too, you know, domestic law enforcement too, mainly, but especially these like ICE officers. I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Let's just be honest with you, and let's just break down in layman terms. I'm not gonna bullshit, right? You're just there to get immigrants. That's it. I mean, what are we talking about? Why are we trying to big these people up and trying to make it seem like these people are there's some, you know what I'm saying? There's some kind of, you know, powerful entity. Your job, like they have so much jurisdiction. Your job is to just round motherfuckers up and get them out of here. Why are we making it seem like these people are detectives, or why are we making it seem like these people are Dick Tracy, or why are we making it seem like ICE officers or some kind of, you know what I mean? All you guys have a certain jurisdiction, yeah, but your job is just to get these immigrants out of here. Why are we rumbling and fighting fucking protesters? Why are we spraying pepper spraying gas on motherfuckers? But at the same time, protesters, why are y'all engaging these people? Why are y'all doing this to these ICE officers? I'm looking at it from both angles. You know what I'm saying? And are these people are these people stupid enough to really do this? Are these agitators? Are these paid people? Are these agent provocateurs? We all know that these ICE agents and shit, we all know that a lot of them are full of shit. So, I mean, I look at it from both angles. Why are these ICE officers handling motherfuckers like this? And are these people that are supposed to be engaging with these ICE officers, are they real people? Like, are they agents, or like, why are you engaging in with ICE officers and fighting and throwing shit at these motherfuckers? If this is even real. That's what I'm saying. I think this is a big psyop, to be honest with you. I think a lot of this shit is staged. Let's just keep it 100. We got to stop looking at it from the mainstream white media's perspective. We got to start looking at it from real grown adults, logic, critical thinking perspective. We got to stop this shit. Change the narrative. We talk about the changing the solution. That's the first step to the motherfucking solution, is changing the narrative, man. Stop going by these people's narratives. Are we serious? Like, come on, we're grown ass adults here. We're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not kids. Kids are like confused and go, you know, from tit to tat and keep going from fucking, not adults. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Threat of death or serious bodily injury. And so the question now is, when are we going to hear that articulation? What is the reason that these officers, or a single officer, we don't know how many people shot, believed they were in imminent threat of death by this person who was, by every video we've seen, on the ground with anywhere from 4 to 5 officers on top of him at the same time? Nowhere in these videos do you see a weapon in this man's hand. And so while Commander Bovino's statement was very artfully written, yes, they encountered someone who had a gun, it is not clear that that man ever presented the gun.
You see, that's how they do it. He has a point. The media, of course, the media is going to hit you from that angle. Oh, he had a gun, but the gun was concealed supposedly. I don't know, from what they're saying. I'm not, you know, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. But from what the information that is given to us, the gun was concealed supposedly, allegedly, right? So what is the problem? Where's the threat? But see, my thing is, how you gonna take the gun out of his holster and take it, right? But at the same time, like I'm saying, this type of stuff been happening to black people all this time, and y'all don't have the same energy. So when this happens to y'all, why should any so-called black person give a fuck? Why should we care? I mean, it's a human being though, and it's a American person, supposedly, allegedly, right? That got killed. So I care in that aspect. But if you really think about it, come on, man, like it's not how that works. You see what I'm saying? Right is right and wrong is wrong. A white person getting shot by a cop or an ICE officer is wrong. A black person getting shot by an ICE officer or a cop is wrong. What's there not to understand here? Like that whole fake superiority shit is dead to me. I don't know why y'all still holding on to that shit, because Trump and all these other motherfuckers and shit, and like, you know, Biden, all these motherfuckers, Biden showed you too by leaving that border open. These motherfuckers show you that they don't give a fuck about y'all. You're white, supposedly, the status, yes, but you're not the elite though. Does that make sense? Like, that's just like saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all just got to understand. Come on. Bear with me on this.
Gun, brandished the gun, pointed the gun at anyone, threatened to harm any of these officers. So,
but my thing is, I'm not going to be out there, period, though. I don't care. I'm not being out there. I ain't protesting nothing. Hell no. You know, I don't trust it. Even if it had anything to do with somebody black, whatever. I don't trust a lot of these because, you know, the agent provocateurs and the adjutant, I don't trust a lot of this shit. Plus, a lot of this shit staged already as it is. So we're going to go with the Zach Hubbard. I don't like how I don't like what's going on with this StreamYard setup. I don't like it. I don't like how the screen is so small. We're going to go with Zach Hubbard real quick. You know what I'm saying? And Zach Hubbard going to break this shit down. You know what I'm saying? He going to break these two down. I don't know why I didn't watch. He lied. I don't watch the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Where's the 5-minute one? Is it on videos? All right. Why is it? All right. This is what. Okay. This California. Right here is right here, nigga. Ain't no joke. All right, let me finish playing this. Zach, I'm gonna break this shit down. I don't know if y'all into gematria. Let me know in the chat.
Want a free iPhone 11? Yes, free for eligible Californians on CalFresh.
All right, fair use. Under the copyright, I don't know why I have to keep doing this with this banner. I don't know why I have to keep doing this. It don't make no sense. I got to keep doing this, putting this banner up. Before, it used to just stay up like that. I don't know why I have to keep doing that. All right, so as y'all can see, that banner, fair use, Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for me reporting this video for commentary purposes and educational purposes. All right, so I'm gonna break this down. Salute to Zach Hubbard. All right, I know he ain't gonna mind me playing this video, but still, all right. Can y'all see? Like, I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird. It's just the settings. I gotta figure out the settings.
It's your regularly scheduled Saturday shooting national news story, and once again it's in Minneapolis, and once again it's an ICE agent shooting a civilian, and once again it's a 37-year-old civilian. My birthday just happens to be March 1st for his Chicken Day, which is also ICE's birthday, established March 1st after the Patriot Act, 9/11, all that business. It's also Don Lemon's birthday, who was last week's ICE protest story. Remember, 2018 January, Don Lemon's sister died falling to the ice.
Damn, connection to Don Lemon? Isn't Don Lemon in the news? She got the same birthday as Don Lemon. What a coincidence. So Freddie and Renee Good died 17 days apart. If you look at it right there, ICE is 17 and gematria, right? They were both 37 years old. Now, what is the odds of two white people getting killed by ICE officers in Minnesota? They both white and they both 37 years old. Can anybody tell me what the odds of that, please? There's no such thing as coincidences in this world. Please tell me that.
While reportedly ice fishing. Anyway, if you're new here, learn gematria and you really see through it. Again, Saturday and shooting have the same gematria values. They're just inverse. You run the alphabetic order forward.
Look, like he was saying, y'all notice, and even before I even knew this before I started watching him, y'all notice These either shootings or these events happen. You notice on Wednesdays or Saturdays. Y'all notice that? The Renee Good situation happened on a Wednesday. This happened on a Saturday. Y'all peep that. Peep that. 17 days apart. Come on now. Peep it.
Saturday is 109. When you run it in reverse, shooting 109. Running backwards, Saturday and shooting are both 107. Now remember, Renee Nicole Good was shot on January 7th, 1-7. And here we are 17 days later, and ICE equals 17 for the record. So there's the word kill. They're saying the shooting was on 26th Street. We've seen a lot of 26 in the news for 2026. My favorite was in the Fed, but 26 college basketball players point shooting. A total joke because every game is a script. Especially now they're playing these guys. But the thing about 26th Street, remember, there's very all this what happened in North Point coming up on the 6th anniversary.
Yeah, she died on 26th Street too. By the way.
But in Schumacher, Floyd equals 26, Jordan Floyd 26, here we are in 2026. All this focus on what's going on in Minneapolis. Tim Walz spoke out today 293 days after his birthday. That's the 62nd prime number. Minneapolis equals 62. But here,
What is the now 62 in reverse? What is that? That's 26, right?
again, this is the best part. That they got to tell you it's a 37-year-old kid, just like Renee Nicole Good was 37.
What are the odds of both of them being 37? Anybody, please tell me this. What are the odds of both of these white people getting shot by ICE officers in the same city? What are the odds of them being the same age? Come on, man. Like, I don't know. I think these people is playing with us, to be honest with you. Let's keep it 100. Let's go. Let's go. Damn it. Oh, I did wrong.
Name is Alex Jeffrey pretty good. Pretty good how they put it together.
Pretty good. Look at her last name. I look at his last name. Alex Pretty, right? Her, Renee Good. You put them together, pretty good, right? So this is pretty good how they playing with us. They messing with our minds. Telling you, y'all.
I'm saying professional numbers to go over everybody's house. Pretty good. Pretty good. And yeah, I love that his birthday is March 1st, according to Wikipedia. So he was born in 88. I didn't put it up here. The old 88, like Trump, where Trump's the villain behind all this hate crap, right? That's the story. Puppet Trump, Mr. 88. This guy born in 88. I suppose the whole Renee Nicole Good was as well. But I can see ICE was established on March 1st. ICE's establishment, Don Lemon, again last week, March 1st. And just the whole thing about 37. Why 37? Let's go back to the Renee Nicole Good shooting on a Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday, ICE agent can be shooting all equal 37 and 44. And they said the shooting was on Portland Avenue, and I guess we called out that day. In fact, if you weren't here when the news broke, we were covering this before they even released the name Renee Nicole Good, or had told us she was 37 years old. That news broke while we were doing the live stream. Minnesota, Minneapolis, and St. Paul are also on the 44th parallel north, but again, she was shot on Portland Avenue. And then they said, oh, that's funny because the longest Black Lives Matter protest in George Floyd was in Portland, Oregon. And then what happened the next day after Renee Nicole Good? Oh, federal agents, ICE agents.
Facts. She was killed on Portland Avenue. A day later, another couple gets killed in Portland, Oregon. Come on now. Seriously? Are they trying to tell us something?
Shoot up Venezuelan married couple in Portland, Oregon. Getting Charles psychological operation. So obvious. And yeah, they said that the killing of Renee Nicole Good was between 33rd and 34th Street on Portland Avenue, like Oregon's the 33rd Street. 33rd State, like the rioting for George Floyd again on 33rd.
Yeah, 33.
What happened with Rodney King was beaten on 33. Then they shot a 33-year-old man in Portland the next day, and then the public agent Jonathan Ross got 33 stitches. Portland, Main Street, Federal, secretly order all 33 between 33rd and 34th. Murder 34th. Anyway, there's a lot to it, but come on, I mean, 17 days later, another ICE felony, other 37-year-old in another Saturday shooting. And you heard me say a million times, go back and watch the video from the Wednesday Renee Colvin shooting. That's the most common day of the week for big national news shooting stories. Most commonly fall on Wednesday and Saturday. Sometimes they'll be on other days, but almost every time it's for the 11 days, it's a day with 37 numerology or 44 numerology.
Facts.
Or it's the 107th day of the year or the 109th day of the year. Just pay attention year after year, same stuff, day after day. Again, the Mason, the Fraternal Order of Police Masonic, the Mason's Edge on the Temple, all the numbers, the Pythagoras quote. Pythagoras is the whole study of letters and numbers, the Tomlin and Franklin, the nation's capital, the Fed, DC, the Masonic City, they operate this way every single day. And yeah, I gotta get back to my own family, so keep this one short and sweet. But yeah, what a joke. A victim who has the same birthday as Ice and Don Lemon.
Wow. She got the same birthday as Ice, and she has the same birthday as Don Lemon. Interesting, y'all. Renee, good. So I'm gonna holla at y'all, man. Salute for y'all support, man. Y'all tap in, like, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm gonna be going live more, and I'm also gonna be messing with this camera more. I got a camera, so I'm gonna be doing pre-recorded videos. I know I've been saying that for a long time and haven't been doing it because I've been bullshitting, but I'm back on it. You see what I'm saying? I just had to take a hiatus for a second, y'all, so I'm back on it. Salute. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, the notification bell. So I'm gonna holla at y'all next time, all right? Subscribe. And yeah, next time, man, good night, y'all, and enjoy y'all evening, man. All right. Keep thinking free, man. Keep being a free thinker, y'all, all right?